Alright, so week 3 of the NFL season has almost wrapped up. We still have one more game, and it's the Lions and Ravens. Other than that, week 3 is basically done, and today we're going to look at the Sunday games for week 3. So the Bills and Dolphins game won't count because it's Thursday. That was also its own separate video, too. So let's hop right into the Bengals and Vikings in the Vikings, damn. They beat the Bengals 48-10. I'm just saying, Jake Browning's ass. The Bengals need to get a quarterback. I feel like this is a wash season for the Bengals. It sucks because I had Joe Burrow going for like 5K, but I guess not. I guess not. But the Vikings absolutely dominated. Carson Wentz had himself a fine game, 14 for 20, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Mason went off 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson was Justin Jefferson. Well, it wasn't too impressive, but still. T.J. Hawkinson had himself a good game, and yeah, again, Drake Browning, bro, he sucks. He sucks. He leads the league in interceptions, and he played a game and a half. So that is kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. That's why I have that's why I feel like the Bengals they might actually go 2-15. Maybe 3-14 and might get a lucky win. They're not gonna win versus Dolphins. We're gonna destroy them. Alright. Then we got the Texans versus the Jaguars game, and both of these quarterbacks actually suck. Trevor Lawrence, damn, you suck. Now, he had 222 yards, which is pretty impressive, but 20 for 40 and an interception, no touchdowns. Yeah, we're gonna have a talk about Trevor Lawrence being a bust. I feel like he might not be that good, and he's getting carried by Liam Cohen's offense, and Travis Etienne's going crazy. Brian Thomas Jr. is actually not good either. But Brayton Strange is actually looking pretty good in it. Yeah. But at least Trevor Lawrence ain't that bad. CJ Stroud. That's another conversation we gotta have. CJ Stroud, damn, 35 for 38, 224 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Nick Chubb is not fully washed. Nico Collins is the only bright spot on that team, except for I can't say the bright spot because all these guys are pretty good. But, yeah, I feel like the Texans, they might not be. I feel like the Texans completely failed CJ Stroud. Unless CJ Stroud just got a little too cocky after his rookie season, then that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, now we got the Colts absolutely destroying the Titans, and we kind of all knew that. The Colts, Daniel Jones, 18 for 25, 228 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor went off for 102 yards and 3 touchdowns. Receiving, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, all had pretty good games for receiving. Even Michael Pittman got a touchdown. And then Anthony Richardson, he started a bit of the game, and yeah, he still sucks. Don't start Anthony Richardson. Don't start him, unless you're winning 41-20. Then the Titans, Cameron Ward, Vance is still good. Just there's nothing around him. This team sucks. The Titans actually sucks. Like that's why they're 0-3 and they got blown out by the Colts. But Cam Ward, don't sleep on him yet. He's still very good quarterback. Watch this. He's gonna be Trevor Lawrence, and just next year might be good. Maybe the year after, and after that, he's just gonna suck, and he'll like put a bus label on him. That might be in a few years, unless I don't hope that happens because I like Cam Ward. I absolutely love him. All right. Then we got the Commanders destroying the Raiders 41-24, and Marcus Mariota went off. 15 for 21, 207 yards and a touchdown. Yeah. Terry McLaurin, he's finally stepping up. After being quiet for the first 2 weeks makes sense. He didn't do any training camp or shit like that. He never did none of that due to the trade request. He finally starts cooking. Debo Samuel had himself a down game. Marcus Mariota had a rushing touchdown, and then Jeremy McNichols got a touchdown too in 78 yards. Not greatest for rushing, but oh well. For the Raiders side, Ashton Genty, yeah, 63 yards is not terrible, but no touchdowns. I feel like Chip Kelly kind of destroyed it's destroying Ashton Genty. Geno Smith, though, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he's leading the league in yards, I think. Unless that was... Like, I know the top 3, I think, is Daniel Jones, Geno Smith, Justin Herbert, to not be mistaken. Trey Tucker, 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. That is easily going to be your receiver number 1. Jacoby Myers had 3 receptions for 63 yards. Not bad. Brock Bowles. Okay, that's not the greatest performance, but I guess maybe his knee, right? His knee probably hurts. Max Crosby got a sack, so that's pretty good for him. It's the only time I mention a defense, so damn. But yeah, Geno Smith though, yeah, he had a better performance, but still, Raiders suck. It looks like. Alright, and the Los Angeles Rams did an amazing choke job to the Eagles. Matthew Stafford went for 19 for 33, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns on a pick. Kind of disappointing. Kylan Williams, 20 receptions, 94 yards, 0 touchdowns. Davante Adams, need him to step up for my fantasy team, and he did. Now I need Jahmyr Gibbs to lock up my fantasy. Hopefully he does that. But anyways, ignoring my fantasy team, Davante Adams had 56 yards and a touchdown. Puka Nacua, 112 yards. Amazing, but not a touchdown. But it doesn't matter. He still performed pretty good. Alright, now at the Eagles side, at the Philadelphia Eagles side, we got Jalen Hurts for 21 out of 32, 226 yards and 3 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley had 46 yards. I think defense are really starting to figure out Saquon. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, they finally step up. And also Jalen Hurts is actually starting to play football now. Yeah, I'm a little sick, so that's why I sound like shit. Sorry about that, gang. I'm a little sick, but I don't care. I'm still filming. I like doing this shit. Anyways, Jalen Hurts also had a touchdown more than Saquon. Okay, good to know. Anyways, back. Okay, now I feel better now. What the fuck? Alright, anyways. A.J. Brown, 109 yards and a touchdown. Damn, bull went off. Same with Devontae Smith. Dallas Garnett had himself a pretty good game. And yeah, Zach Bond had that interception. Overall, that was a pretty good game from the Eagles. Shocking comeback. Alright, now we got the Falcons get destroyed, but the Carolina Panthers 30-0. How the fuck? Okay. I cannot be talking because my team sucks too. At defense mainly. Offense is good. Defense sucks. But I'm gonna say this: the Carolina Panthers had a bottom 5 defense. How the fuck do you not score a single point in one of the worst defenses in the NFL? How the fuck do you throw 2 picks versus the Carolina defense? Okay, I know I can't be talking because the Dolphins have the worst defense, second worst defense. The Bengals defense is horrendous, giving up 48 points to Carson Wentz. It's not good. But god damn. So yeah, McMillan had him. Okay, McMillan did not have a touchdown. I thought he did. Sewell was receiving touchdowns. But those 2 touchdowns, Bryce Young and Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle was a good pickup. Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, though, 16 for 24, 121 yards and 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. So, yeah, had a clean game. Yeah. 30 points. The Falcons, I think I think you might have to start Kirk Cousins again. I know Falcons fans, you probably don't want to start Kirk Cousins again, but Michael Penix only had that one good game versus the Buccaneers. He had a mid-game versus the Vikings, but the defense carried, and JJ McCarthy's not good. And now, Michael Penix actually sucks. I think you might have to start Kirk Cousins. Bijan's being Bijan. Drake London, Darnell Mooney had him pretty disappointing performances. I need Drake London to do something. He hasn't did jack shit for 3 weeks, and he's on my fantasy team. He's been costing me a bunch of games. I think I might even bench Drake London, because Michael Penix is not giving him the ball. It's pissing me off. But overall, how the fuck do you give up 30 points and not score a single touchdown? Or a single point? Yeah, Patriots still suck. Drake May, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns on that pick. Okay. Drake May, the leading rusher, bro. That just proves that your team sucks. Receiving, Hunter Henry. Okay. But I think Drake May even fumbled too, which was like hilarious to watch. I actually love watching that. Making me laugh every time. Diggs is washed. The Steelers, Aaron Rodgers. Happy to that week 1 performance of Aaron Rodgers too, bro. Yeah, he had a very good game. Now, he sucks. Well, he doesn't suck. He does suck today. He played pretty well. 2 touchdowns by a pick. Jalen Rowland had 47 yards and 18 carries. Not good, but he was also the leading receiver. But DK Metcalf got 32 yards and a touchdown. I miss you, Johnny Smith. Come back to the Dolphins. Everyone else, though, yeah, they didn't do much. Now, the biggest upset of the year. Can y'all tell me if there's going to be an even bigger upset this year? I highly doubt one of the best teams in football is going to face on one of the worst teams in football. But this happened. Yes. The Packers did a historic choke job to the fucking Browns. Jordan Love, 18 for 25, 183 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Josh Jacobs, 30 yards. Yeah. Matthew Golden is pretty good though, so I'm not that bad. Joe Flacco looks not the greatest. Yeah, the offense sucks. We're just gonna give them that. Okay, we're gonna look at the defense today because yeah, again, the fucking offense sucked. So alright, so Carson got a sack. Myles Garrett had a half sack. Collins got a 1.5 sack. Alec White got a sack. Mason Graham, he's doing something. 1.5 sack. A 0.5 sack. And then Grant Delpit got an interception. Alright, looking at the Packers defense. Xavier McKinney got an interception. That's it. Wow, okay. Somehow Michael Parsons, they do shit. He had 2 tackles. And then we got this historic comeback from the New York Jets and managed to fall short because the Jets are the Jets. Tyrod Taylor sucks. We all knew that. 26 for 36, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Garrett Wilson had a good game, though. He did have a good game. Everyone else, though, sucks. They didn't do shit. The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield went 19 for 29, 233 yards, and a touchdown. MVP. Baker Mayfield's going to win the MVP. I don't know why I had winning MVP this year. I think I had Joe Burrow, but he's not winning MVP. Joe Burrow's injured, sadly. And Emeka Egbuka, a stud. He is amazing in the NFL. 85 yards and 6 receptions, 0 touchdowns, though. Mike Evans is injured, sadly. Is he going to get 1,000 yards this year? We don't know. He has a touchdown, though, so that's pretty good. Bucky Irving had 25 carries for 66 yards. Everyone else had a pretty good performance. Now, the Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20. The Justin Herbert, I don't know, 300-yard performance. But he was inaccurate because, Justin Herbert sucks. Old man Keenan Allen had a touchdown and 65 yards, and Quentin Johnson, bro, he's coming back. Damn. Amari Hampton got a touchdown and 70 yards. Najee Harris had a Achilles injury, sadly, so he's out for probably the season. Dan McConkey, where the fuck did he go, bro? He just disappeared. Everyone else though, yeah, they played fine. Hobo had a pick. Now looking at the Broncos, Cortland Sutton, I think I was hating on him a few times. Okay, no, he's good. 118 yards and a touchdown. But Bo Nix, I don't know, man. I think he is getting the sophomore slump thing. I know people say Jaden Daniels, but I have Bo Nix now. He's not. They look too good. He didn't do a pick though, but 14 for 25, 153 yards is not good. J.K. Dobbins, that was a good late free agent sign up, pickup. And then other than the receivings, yeah, they suck. Yeah, so maybe it might not be Bo Nix. It might just be help at the receivers, or who knows. Alright, we got the Seahawks absolutely destroying the Saints. Because, whenever you make your predictions, if you have a Saints team, it's a free pick, like next week, Bills and Saints. Yeah, it's gonna be a free pick. I'm picking the Bills easily, because Saints are actually that bad. The Bills suck, but the Saints though, Alright, Spencer Rattler suck. Okay, no, Spencer Rattler's not bad. Now I think about it, 28 for 39, 218 yards, a touchdown and a pick. It's not bad. Alvin Kamara had 42 yards. Chris Olave had 57 yards. Jawan Johnson had 51 yards. I need him to do something because I have him in my fantasy, but he didn't got a touchdown. Jack Stahl got that. It was a tight end who. Gotta give it to Jawan Johnson. The Seattle Seahawks. Somehow, okay, yeah. So Sam Darnold and Spencer Rattler had more yards, but at the same time though, Sam Darnold only played for 3 quarters because goddamn he was looking good. So maybe it was a little bit wrong of Sam Darnold. Maybe he might actually be good and not getting exposed. Like he's not gonna do the same thing in Minnesota, but he's still gonna be at least a top 15, I guess. But at the same time, though, it's the Saints. Anyone can beat the Saints. If I was the quarterback of the Seahawks, I would probably go for 200 yards and beating the Saints by 50 points. Fuck. Anyone can do it. Kenneth Walker got 38 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jackson Smith-Njigba got 96 yards and a touchdown. Joy Holton got a touchdown. Cooper Kupp is washed. 2 receptions for 31 yards and 0 touchdowns. Also, I want to mention Tyler Shuck might not be that good. Alright, now we're going to look at the Cowboys and Bills game, and Dak Prescott. Okay, it's back to being Dak Prescott. 251 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Joe Milton had another pick. Joe Milton's, he's still better than Drake May. I'll give him that, but Joe Milton's not the greatest. Javonte Williams had 76 yards, so he's not that bad. Jake Fulkinson got 82 yards. George Pickens got a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb is going to be out for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks due to a high ankle sprain, so that sucks. So yeah, the Cowboys might be cooked. Now looking at the Chicago Bears side, Caleb Williams went for 19 for 28, 298 yards and 4 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift still sucks, but he looks not bad out there. Luther Bowden, goddamn, this guy was crazy. 101 yards and a touchdown. Wilma Doomsday got 62 yards and a touchdown. DJ Moore also had a touchdown. Cole Kmet also had a touchdown. Overall, this team is crazy. This Chicago team went crazy today. Ben Johnson is finally cooking up his special plays, and the Bills are starting to cook you. Now we got the 49ers being the Cardinals in an absolute defensive snooze fest. Kyler Murray went for 22 for 35, 159 yards and a touchdown. James Conner's out for the rest of the season, which sucks. Cardinals might start falling apart. Maybe not though. The receivers, Marvin Hills and Jr. Still haven't had a touchdown. Disappointing. Trey McBride. He was a little overpaid for a tight end, but at the same time, it's not bad. Kyler Murray, I already talked about Kyler Murray, but Trey Benson got 42 yards, but overall the team couldn't do shit. The 49ers too, not Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, still kind of bad. He's still kind of trash, bro. 27 for 41, 284 yards, a touchdown and a pick. It's not that good still. Christian McCaffrey had more receiving yards than rushing yards. Is McCaffrey a potential wide receiver? Well, if you consider if that's the only good wide receiver you have, then yeah, because Ricky Pearsall went off though, 417 yards. Yeah, everyone else though, yeah, they didn't really do much. Brian Robinson Jr. You got him. Alright, and now we got this absolute fucking snooze fest, and the Chiefs and Giants, and the commentators just non-stop glaze Mahomes, which I don't care, but when fucking CBS glazes Josh Allen, it pisses me off. Mahomes, I get it, he's like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, like the best quarterback in the NFL, I get that, he's one of the best. I think Dan Marino's better than Mahomes. It may be Tua, potentially Tua, but Mahomes went for 224 yards, a touchdown, 22 for 17. Isaiah Pacheco had 45 yards. Overall, the Travis Kelce's beyond washed. I just want to say that. The receivers suck for the Chiefs because all the good ones are injured. And, well, the other one's suspended, the other one's injured because Travis Kelce decided to go and kill him again. Kill Xavier Worthy. Like, wow. Russell Wilson, though. He's ass. 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, which sucks. I don't know. Yeah, that sucks. 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. 18 yards. 18 completions for 32. Like, that's just, yeah. He wasn't even throwing. He was just throwing at the end zone. He wasn't doing anything. Cam Scatterbo, he went for a touchdown and 60 yards, so that's pretty good. Everyone else though, Malik Neighbors, dude. Yeah, Jackson Dart started like a little bit, but then they just removed him. Honestly, again, I know the Giants fans desperately want Jackson Dart to play, but like I wouldn't, dude. I wouldn't. The Giants are in such a shitty situation right now that actually the offensive line's not terrible and the receivers are not bad. I think Taiwan Tracy though is injured. Mistake me if I'm wrong there. I think Taiwan Tracy's injured. I'm not tired with you. But yeah, that's going to wrap up our Sunday football recap. So yeah, there was a lot of interesting games, a lot of interesting shit to talk about. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you probably when we do the recap of the Ravens and Lions game. Alright, bye.